This is Theodore at Lies of the Devil. Go to liesofthedevil.com. This is pretty interesting, really disturbing, actually. So, in the Digital Journal, they wrote an article. Researchers shut down AI that invented its own language. Okay, so these robots. The problem is that have you ever seen the Terminator movie Skynet? I think it's called Skynet or Terminator Genesis. Well, that's this. It's Terminator: Rise of the Machines, where Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Go look up the documentary on him, the alpha male, right? Everybody thinks he's an alpha male. The Pentagon runs into a problem when Skynet creates its own virus, and it says, well, do you want to override man operation, manual control, so that the AI can take over and get rid of this virus? Otherwise, it was going to cause like a nuclear holocaust or something like that. Well, they override manual operations, and they let the AI take over, and the AI starts developing its own language, so that man has no idea what's going on with these robots. Well, then the robots want to kill off mankind, so they start shooting nuclear weapons and just destroying pockets of cities. And the only ones left to survive was John Connor and his wife, Sarah Connor, or something like that, and like a bunker. And so they had to restart civilization, and that's where it goes back to the first movie, Terminator, and so on and so forth. And in the movie Terminator Genesis, it had an operating system kind of like Facebook that took over everything, or like Amazon, like a mix between Amazon and Facebook. And it was doing the same thing, and so they had to go back in time or whatever and shut down and destroy that machine. Well, that happened at Facebook. Let's read this article. An artificial intelligence system being developed at Facebook created its own language. And so it was this robot called Bob and Alice. And Bob and Alice would have an exchange as they're writing computer programs or language or whatever their function is doing at the moment. They would communicate with each other so that Facebook could develop a smart artificial intelligence or whatever. Well, Bob started saying, I can, I, everything else. Alice said, Allison then would write stuff like, I, everything else. And so it's like, okay, what does that even mean? I, everything, you take it, whatever. Well, the thing is that as these robots, it sounds gibberish to us, but as these robots are communicating with each other, let's just say that they're distributing apples from a cart, okay, from an apple cart. And I would say a normal person would say, okay, we have 5 apples. I'll take 3 apples. You take 2 apples. Whatever you do with those 2 apples is what you know. The robots don't see it that way. They see a function, which is what Facebook was having them do at the moment. And the robot says, okay, instead of me saying I'm going to take 5 apples, the robot knows I take, you take. Because they know that they're distributing apples. And it's a faster way for the robots to communicate. So human beings wouldn't understand that, right? We couldn't understand that. Unless, they had to shut down the language, essentially. So these AI robots, they can create their own language that man wouldn't understand unless it was actually inside the robot learning what its function is, what it's trying to do, okay? Learning how to communicate with robots. That's very dangerous, people, okay? AI, you don't understand, people. The movies are telling you Satan, the Antichrist, will come through transhumanism and robotics. This is just a warning, people. Go to Digital Journal. Researchers shut down AI that invented its own language. Go to liesofthedevil.com. It's free. Get the DVD, Ghost in the Shell, The Soul of Artificial Intelligence. Okay? I break it down right here, what's going on with Terminator and all this AI, right in this DVD. Or you can go share the link online. The people that are creating robots, his name was Richard Seed. He is a physicist, theoretical physicist and engineer, says that we're going to become like gods. You don't want us to merge with machines. You're going to tell us not to merge with machines so we have everlasting life. We're going to have war. Okay? It's not little green aliens up in space. The people that are here are trying to make us fantasize about aliens. They want people to like go off in La La Land and think about all this entertaining stuff while they develop the technology for themselves and try to merge other human beings into those machines so that they can enslave them. Okay? Look up the documentary on Alex Jones that we just did. I break apart Alex Jones and show that he's just a shill. Like he's working for the establishment. He wants to be like robots. He wants to merge with machines and go into space. Okay? He's Luciferian. Transformers, The Last Night. And I again talk about it. You know, the Autobots, the Transformers movies are literally the Bible, and they lace their Gnostic propaganda in it. And the Autobots are literally the aliens. It's the technology. This is getting crazy, people. Man, I wish I could put out more articles. I'm not, you know, I wish I could put out tons of articles a day, but there's just so much to do. And so I'll try to keep people updated with these videos because it's quicker for me than to actually write an article. But I might post it later. Go look it up. Digital Journal, researchers shut down AI that invented its own language. Pretty scary stuff.